In a week, thousands of teachers will rally in Raleigh for pay raises, student safety, and building improvements. You can bet on it. A landmark ruling by the Supreme Court may change the landscape of sports betting in the Carolinas. And the decision may seriously boost the value of sports franchises like the Panthers for their owners. Nearly 16 months into her tenure, Melania Trump unveiled her platform today as First Lady. Be best. This gas station, though, did get hit by, Matthew. What you're seeing next to me is the awning that was over these gas pumps earlier today. It collapsed. There's shattered glass on the ground, all these pieces of aluminum, the structure itself. I walked down with them to the Capitol, and along the way, people were coming out of businesses and offices to show support for those teachers. And one CMS teacher that I was walking with said that support actually brought him to tears. Rain, rain, go away. We don't ask him to go away. This is WCCB Charlotte Chief Meteorologist Greg Arbrecht. I've been rained on quite a bit lately in Raleigh yesterday, a little bit today with some sprinkles coming down. No breaks.
The newest way to get around Charlotte canned just a day after its debut. The city never approved the Lime electric scooters, so they will be gone by Friday. WCCB Charlotte's Alexandra Elich is live in Uptown Charlotte with new information tonight. Alex?
In message printed out on our scooters. Will?
Alexandra Elich reporting live in Uptown tonight. Alex, thank you. Tonight, two South Charlotte parents are pleading for answers nearly a year after their son was murdered in a deadly home invasion. Detectives say armed suspects broke into the home on Outer Bridge Lane last August and shot 25-year-old Josh Schulman before brutally beating his 70-year-old father. Tonight, Josh's parents are calling on the suspects to come forward.
Josh was a terrific guy. I'm not sure why this happened. I know somebody out there knows something, and we need you to step forward so we can have closure on our son's life.
The Schulmans and CMPD are offering a $15,000 for information leading to an arrest in this case. If you have any information, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers. In a week, thousands of teachers will rally in Raleigh for pay raises, student safety, and building improvements.
Tonight, we've learned there's a waiting list for teachers who want to take buses from Charlotte. WCCB Charlotte's Marvin Beach is live in Northeast Charlotte.
North Carolina's 9th Congressional District will send new blood to Washington. Incumbent Robert Pittenger lost his bid for a fourth term in the Republican primary. Now Democrats are looking to flip the seat in the November midterms. Dan McCready and Mark Harris will battle it out to represent North Carolina's 9th Congressional District in November.
I realized last year how divided our country's become, how dysfunctional Washington's become, and what a need we have for new leaders to step up and serve.
We're excited about having won the primary, but today's kind of the first day of the general election, and so for us that means jumping into fundraising almost immediately.
Both won primary victories Tuesday night. McCready received 82% on the Democratic side, pulling in more votes than the three candidates in the GOP race combined. Harris, who knocked out incumbent Robert Pittenger, calls that an aberration.
This is a district that Donald Trump won. This is a district that really wants to see the very agenda items that he put forth moved forth through Congress.
I think what we're seeing is my message of country over party is really resonating with folks in North Carolina.
McCready is a Charlotte native who joined the Marines after college, led a platoon of 65 in Iraq, graduated from Harvard Business School, and started a local company that builds solar farms. Harris is a former pastor at Charlotte's First Baptist Church who gained political notoriety as the voice for North Carolina's controversial Amendment 1, which banned same-sex marriage.
I'm someone who believes that we're all on the same team, we're in this together, and we're building a bipartisan coalition to work for the people in North Carolina. Mark Harris is someone who practices the same old divisive and extreme politics that's made Washington the swamp that it is.
Truth of the matter is, Dan's a part of the Democratic Party, which is led by Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, and you can deny that all you want to, but he's going to have to live with that.
McCready starts with a huge lead over Harris in campaign financing. The latest FEC reports show the Democrat with more than $1.2 million for this general election. Harris has $70,000 after a hard-fought primary.
If you or anyone in your family uses an EpiPen, it's time to stock up.
Plus, forget about CrossFit. Charlotteans ditch the gym selfies for American Gladiator-style mega workouts.
We'll see how it goes tomorrow.
Can't rain forever, right?
Wasn't that a song? That's a song. November Rain, right? Can't rain forever.
You went Axl Rose on me.
That's right.
Maybe they'll play that at the wedding, the royal wedding. Yeah. Thanks, Greg.
The ending doesn't have a great
It's not a great video for an actual.
Yeah, not a wedding song. It's
Probably
not a first dance.
How's that guy freaking a cat?
Somebody's strangling a cat over here. Rolling into the real world. How a high school senior made an appearance at graduation from her hospital bed.
A monkey on the run at the San Antonio International Airport today. The primate escaped his cage and made a break for it shortly after arriving on an American Airlines flight from Chicago.
The airport said the monkey was captured in baggage handling in that area, but not before having a little adventure for himself.
Now, I will tell you the monkey was having a little bit of fun. If you envision what a baggage handling system looks like, it's a lot of belts and bars and it looks a little bit like a jungle, so he was having a pretty good time up there.
Yeah, the monkey was taken to an animal sanctuary near San Antonio. No passengers or flights were affected. Somebody in our newsroom said they don't have video of the monkey. I said it's tough to get video of a monkey. They don't usually sit still for you while you have the camera.
They don't take pictures. Yeah.
Haters gonna hate, but can they slow down Kevin Harvick? Kelly's next with sports. 15-month-old child drowned in a hidden stream behind his East Charlotte home. Tonight we're getting a first look at the dangerous conditions that may have claimed the toddler's life and hearing from residents who say property owners need to do more to keep this neighborhood safe.
Ain't no one-year-old baby gonna come back here.
It is hard to imagine a toddler all alone ending up dead in a shallow stream within shouting distance of the street. We're about 50 yards away from the house where 15-month-old Elijah lived with his family. He was being watched by a caregiver. Police say that she went inside and he made his way back here through this overgrown area on top of all these dead leaves. And here it is. You can see the water down this slope. This is where they found his body. According to police sources, the caregiver says she went inside the house to use the bathroom, leaving the toddler outside with siblings and other neighborhood kids. After 20 to 30 minutes of searching, neighbors said the boy's stepfather found him, tried CPR, but could not revive the child. Residents on Terry Brook Lane say this is a tragedy that's been waiting to happen. Many didn't even know the stream was here, stagnant water, hidden behind such treacherous conditions. Now that you've seen it, I mean, what do you think about this?
It needs to be blocked off. I mean, there's no security for any kids, anything. It's not secure. It's not safe.
We searched the Mecklenburg County property records. They show that this home and several others on this block are owned by John and Vanessa Graves. We found several code enforcement violations for the address in the last few years. People we talked to in the neighborhood say they have taken these landlords to court before, trying to improve their living conditions.
I don't even want to talk about the maintenance around here or who owns this place, because should have known about this. This is a safety issue.
I called a number listed for John Graves, who hung up on me when I asked about any plan to improve the dangerous conditions in this neighborhood. CMPD is still investigating. Morgan, this rally for respect in Raleigh's really been building momentum. In fact, so many teachers were wanting to attend to take a personal day off that CMS and other school districts across the state had to cancel classes today. It was a sea of red in Raleigh. And the tide of teachers rolled down to the Capitol with thousands marching for the cause.
They need to fully fund public education, not just teacher raises. It needs to be in the classrooms. It needs to be teacher assistants. It needs to be everything.
The focus in Raleigh has been pushed to teacher pay. North Carolina ranked 48th in the nation in that area a few years ago. The General Assembly has increased teacher salaries the last few years and vows to do so again in the next budget. The state now ranks 37th. Educators say that's not enough.
We've given them all these raises. They need to quit whining. It's easy to avoid talking about the things like classroom supplies that we don't have.
It's about teachers having the resources they need to support the children that they love, because no one's teaching for the money.
Teachers packed the Capitol building as the General Assembly opened a short session. They also met with their local lawmakers and held a rally for respect.
I am honored to stand with you, North Carolina teachers, stand with you each and every day.
We talked with Mecklenburg County lawmakers on both sides of the aisle. They say recent GOP budgets have helped increase salaries for newer teachers, but the experienced educators are being left behind.
Whenever the folks in this building like to brag about all they've done for teachers, they're not doing it for the most experienced and the ones with the highest levels of their degrees.
We recognize we haven't been taking care of the veteran teachers, and those are someone and a group of folks we're going to have to start paying some attention to.
They were expecting 15,000 to show up. Estimates say that more than 20,000 teachers and supporters marched today. I walked down with them to the Capitol, and along the way, people were coming out of businesses and offices to show support for those teachers. And one CMS teacher that I was walking with said that support actually brought him to tears. I also talked to a teacher who wasn't going to come today. It was his students who talked him into doing so. Morgan, I'll have that a little later in the newscast.